What is money? Is it something like this? Or something like this? Money is something we think and we have agreed. It's a mirror of wealth. And the real wealth is food, houses, bridges and cars. What is capitalism? Capitalism is an extreme form of democracy. It's going on at all moments. We are all voters, we are all candidates. Every vote is €1 and or $1. We use them all the time. And if you give a service or a product that the customer doesn't like, the customer doesn't return. And you start losing money immediately. So you must keep your promises. In normal elections, the politicians get elected for 4 years. So even if you don't give what you promise, you get 4 years in power. But in capitalism, it goes on at every moment. And therefore, if you don't do what you say, you're out of business immediately. Now, what is communism? Is it something like this? Red scarf and a black beret with a star on it? No! Communism is an ideal where everyone gets the same, no matter what they are doing, no matter how well they do it, no matter how big risks are involved. And this leads to a situation where people do nothing. Why should they? You get the same amount no matter what you do. Now, who is a rich person? 500 years ago, a rich person was considered someone who could take a bath a couple times a year or travel abroad, something which is common today. Now, if we think 200 years ahead, after 200 years, a poor person is considered to be someone who cannot afford a trip from planet Earth to planet Mars. So, I'm not sure, are there any really rich people? But there are people who live in poverty, and the idea should be to remove poverty. We can give food to everyone, clean water, place to stay, and such health care that the diseases don't spread. Can anyone limit capitalism? That's really, really difficult to do, because the wealth is created in individual minds. Everything starts as an idea in our heads. It's the knowledge in our head, and how to control 6 billion people, what they are thinking. It's impossible. It's like oxygen. I don't think you really would like to get rid of it. So, it's not possible to control it. You might be able to make some limits for it, but even then, you need the people to agree it. What would be a good investment? If we would live in a world without computers, I think it would be fair to pay 100 billion to get those computers. And for the future, if there is a person who would find a cure to cancer, we could give 100 trillion for that, or at least 10 trillion. If there would be someone who would have the technology to inhabit planet Mars, that would be worth a lot more than 100 trillion. So, what is money? Money is something in our heads. It's something we think, something we agree. And that's so wonderful in it. It's helping us. We are a lot better off when we can make these wonderful investments and make our lives better.